Morning everyone, French Open 2019, we're on day 9. Let's get straight into yesterday's results. Federer, as expected, comfortable against Mayer. 2 breaks in each of the first 2 sets and just the 1 break in the third, doing just enough to get through. Match of the day, Tsitsipas, Wawrinka. Wawrinka taking that 8-6 in the 5th. You got tired just watching that match. Tsitsipas is going to be kicking himself a little bit. 27 break points he had and converted just 5. Wawrinka having to work a lot harder for his service holds, but he played the big points well. That's what it's about. Nadal, obviously as expected, no problems with Londero. The other match was stopped at 2-1. Nishikori 2-1 up on Benoit Paire. Paire started quickly. He took a 2-0 lead, but then didn't hold serve again in that set. Was better in the second set. They had just 1 break each, and Paire took a close tie break. But then he started to show some signs of the tiredness that is totally expected, having won the title the previous week. He was getting very agitated. His rackets weren't coming back fast enough from the restringer. He only had 1 racket left, which seems strange. Sure, they carry plenty of rackets for a long match. And it just seems strange that when he was down to his last racket, he was battering it on the ground. Again, your brain does strange things when you're tired. I think the fact that this is delayed probably helps him a little bit. He's got to be fresher, obviously after a good night's sleep. That could be interesting when they restart at 11:30. Could even go to 5. Back to yesterday's, the ladies. Bit of a mixed bag there. Vondrousova had expected to beat Sevastova. Expected a lot more from Sevastova. Thought we'd get 3 sets. Not sure what the problem was there. Maybe she was just mentally drained from the epic win over Mertens in the last round. She'd had to really battle for that one. Martic had real problems with Kanepi. Lost the first set. I think also went a breakdown at the start of the second, but did fight back and also took a tough third set. Good win for her. Nice trade for us. Bekic Konta, I thought would be closer, and actually thought Bekic had a chance to take that one. She didn't have a good day. Konta played well. Second serve wasn't brilliant. Bekic made her look a little bit better than she was. But good win for the Brit. Muguruza made a good start against Stevens. She took a 3-1 lead, but once Stevens got going, she had a superb match. Just too strong on the day. Both sets were close. Stevens was broken serving for the first set, and then Muguruza got broken again to lose a set in the second set. It was pretty close, but serving at 3-4, Muguruza had an awful service game. 3 very, very poor and tired-looking errors. Gave the break to Stevens. Stevens really struggled to serve out again. She did face break points in that one, but got the job done. So great win for her. Have a look at today's. Okay, we've got the ladies first. Kenin obviously beat Serena in the last round. Serena well below her best. She was maybe 60% at best, but you can't take anything away from Kenin. She dealt with that situation really well. So many players have been in that situation where Serena's not at her best, but because of a little bit of gamesmanship from Serena and she gets the crowd on her side, that can affect players. Kenin did really well. The crowd was starting to get irritated by her constantly checking close calls with the umpire. Perfectly entitled to do it. All credit to her. Seems like she was interviewed obviously on court after the game. Seems like decent girl. No real attitude, although she shows some attitude on court, which is great. When you beat one of the big players, you get a lot more media. Sounds like I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. Yeah, right. When they beat one of the big players, they get a lot more media attention, and that can affect the preparation for the next match. Maybe not quite so much in the slams because you get a day's rest in between, but she maybe didn't sleep too well that night. Barty has better overall results. Clay results also stronger. I've got to favour Barty. Kenin, let's hope she can be competitive today. We need her to take the first set so we can get a better price on Barty. Siniakova Keys, that's going to be a tough one. Overall results favour Keys. Clay results also favour her. Siniakova having a great tournament so far. A good fight back against Sakkari in the second round and easily beat Osaka in the last round, straight sets. Served reasonably well, wasn't broken, faced 7 break points, saved them all. This is her first time in the 4th round. Keys reached the semis last year. Keys has needed 3 sets in the second round and also in the last round against Blinkova. Service stats favour Keys for the tournament, but other stats favour Siniakova. I think we've got a good chance of 3 sets. I'm giving Keys a slight edge. Tough to pick a winner, but I'm going to back Keys round about maybe 2.1, 2.2, and I think it's definitely worth laying the first set winner. Swiatek has got pretty good results this year. She's made the step up from ITF to WTA. Her 12-month results are pretty even with Halep's, although a lot of Swiatek's were on the ITF tour, obviously weaker opponents. Halep, defending champion, I don't see her letting this go. No value at 1.2. Back her if she loses the first set. Let's hope Swiatek can make a good start. Final one, Anisimova, Bolsova. 12-month results favour Bolsova. They're pretty even in 2019. Bolsova plays a mix of WTA and ITF events. Anisimova beat Begu in the last round. Begu had improved on her 2019 form. This tournament, she's really started playing the sort of tennis that we really expect to see from her on clay. Bolsova's gone through the qualifying round. She's been underdog in each of her main draw matches. I think she's going to be competitive. Decent chance that she's going to take a set. Got to go with the American to win that one. So back Anisimova if she gets broken or loses the first set. Okay, take a look at the men's. Djokovic Struff, excellent tournament for Struff. Played 4 sets in the second round, 5 sets to beat Koric in the last round. His legs are going to start to feel a little bit heavy today, even with a day's rest. No value on Djokovic there. Djokovic not dropped a set so far. Fognini, Zverev. Zverev leads 2-1, but the last time they played was last month on clay. Fognini won that in 2 sets. Zverev won on clay in 2017, also in 2 sets. Overall results pretty close, but favour Zverev. The clay results favour Fognini. He's reached his career best 11. I think he hit that last month. Currently 12. Zverev has been struggling. He's played 5 sets in 2 of his 3 matches. Young guy, obviously fitness levels are very high, but that could start to affect him, especially if this turns into a long match. And I think it will. 4 or 5 sets. Bit of value on Zverev as underdog, but I think Fognini's going to take this one. I don't expect either player to get through the match without really struggling on serve. Should be a few price swings in that one. Look to get on Fognini around 2.1. I say expect a few breaks. Lay the set 1 winner. Team Monfils. Team leads. Previous matches 6-1. Monfils' win was due to a walkover. What else have we got there? Teams played 4 sets in every round, although he has faced tougher opponents. For example, Cuevas in the last round. Monfils hasn't been tested, and that might not help him today. If you've had to have a bit of a battle, it just fine-tunes your games for the big games in the second week. Got to favour Thiem, but I don't think he's going to win it in straight sets, so back him if he gets broken early or loses the first set. Another good one to end the day, Kachanov and Del Potro. Del Potro not impressive in the second round. 5 sets against Nishioka is not going to impress anyone. Was more comfortable in the last round, but Thompson didn't really compete and certainly gave up in that third set. Kachanov, he's dropped just 1 set in his 3 matches. Sets are going to be close in this one. Some value definitely on the Russian. It really can go either way. 4 or 5 sets. Lay Del Potro around about 1.35. Take some liability out at 1.7. And I think lay the set 1 winner is not a bad way to go as well. That's it for today. Let's hope we continue with the good results on the ATP and we get better results on the women today. And I will see you in the morning.